This is the final part of my epic journey in Blox Fruits. In this video, you will see me reach the max level and complete this game once and for all. After countless videos and months of grinding, I present to you the end of Zenko's journey. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is the final island in the third sea. And as you can also see, my level is 2600. That means I'm only 200 levels away from max level on Blox Fruits in Roblox. This has been a very fun ride. However, we still need to do one last push to complete it. So I gathered the entire squad and we went to the final island, ready to grind it all the way to the max level. But nothing in these videos ever goes to plan. I thought I was gonna do this until the max level, but we had other plans. Just before I complete this game, I had to try out some other fruits, and obviously I was going to go with the gas fruit. I've seen a lot of people transform into that huge gas monster and they were wiping out everything. And I had to try it out for myself. Now, just to make you know, none of these fruits are my own. A lot of the people in my Discord server and my followers and fans, they always try to gift me these amazing fruits. And I am just as grateful as I could be. But enough of this talk, let's try out this fruit and see what the hype is about. So I ate the fruit and I was ready to go defeat a lot of mini bosses and all of those just to increase the mastery. But just to my luck, one of my friends had found the Mirage Island, and so we got summoned to it. So I went all the way to the top of Tiki's outpost and I went through the portal. And there it was, the Mirage Island. Now, some of you might know this, but in the last video, I went to the Mirage Island and I really wanted to upgrade my angel race from V3 to V4. If you remember, last time I was too late. The Mirage Island despawned before I could even activate my V3 ability. However, this time I am fully prepared. I've done all the quests beforehand and I'm ready to grab that blue gear. So here we are, on the highest peak in the Mirage Island and waiting for the moon to show up. This time around, I have a very good plan and I know what I'm doing. So when the moon finally showed up, I was spamming my V3 ability as much as I can. It didn't work in the first time, not even the second time, but as I kept doing it, finally the moon responded. The entire Discord stream and everybody in it was shouting that I should go run and look for the blue gear, but this time I better not fail. So I started running as fast as humanly possible. I wasn't going to look behind me whatsoever. The blue gear was the only thing in my mind. Heck, I was even running as fast as the Flash would if he had to save his girlfriend. The only problem is that I may have been running in circles. I didn't go into new places and it kind of backfired because I took too long to look for it, and yet again, the Mirage Island despawned. So this is the second time that I don't get my hands on the blue gear, but however, the third time it won't be the same, and you will see why. So there we were, in the middle of the ocean with no Mirage Island. Now, I just went back and I tried to upgrade my gas because that was the only thing left to do now. So I started going to bosses and I started upgrading the mastery as fast as I can. And every single ability that I unlocked, I fell in love with this gas fruit more. And this just motivated me to unlock its transformation. Now you already know what's gonna happen here, do you? I'm here to accept my Christmas gifts. And Santa this time is Demon Executioners, who pulled up with the big Buddha fruit, the spirit, the celebration bomb, and the torment pain. What a day to be a YouTuber with a bunch of subscribers who I now call my dear friends. So thank you so much, Demon Executioners, you made my day. But before I could even leave the mansion and continue leveling up the gas fruit, we were met by King Dog. Now, King Dog over here is an amazing player. He is one of the best players in the game, and I don't even need to explain why he's that good. He's literally King Dog, look at him. I was just amazed by how masculine and jacked he looks. It made me kind of feel weird, not gonna lie. But enough of this zesty talk, it's time to go grind that gas fruit again. So I started hunting the bosses yet again, trying to reach that level 300 mastery to unlock that beautiful, beautiful transformation. And then it finally happened. Level 300 mastery on the gas fruit. And honestly, this is way better than I expected. Just being this huge ball of gas moving around and scaring little kids is an amazing feeling. Now, another unexpected thing happened. If you remember, in the last video, I tried to get my hands on the Tushita sword, but I was too dumb, stupid, and slow to get it. However, this time we had a solid plan and we had a solid guide. My friend Rob over here, the one with the frog mask, was determined to help me get the Tushita sword. So we went to the Hydra Island, creeped into the waterfall, and went through that special and weird looking gate. And then it was time to speedrun those torches. And unlike last time, I will not and I refuse to run out of time. So we went and gathered. We went to the first torch, the second, the third, the fourth, and the final fifth one. And after all of the torches have been lit, it was time to 1v1 this special and amazing boss called Longma. Now, I was a little bit disappointed by the name, Longma. I don't know, something about the Longma name is just weird. But then later on I was corrected. For the longest time I thought he was called Longma. My people told me that he's actually called Longma. Now I don't know why or who in their right mind would call one of their bosses in one of the most famous games on Roblox Longma. Weird. But it was time to finally demonstrate the power of my gas fruit and to freak out this little Longma dude. And so it happened, and I was using one of the most complicated mechanics, one of the most complicated techniques in this game, which was the gas M1 spam. You have to get the timing right, and not everybody can do this. So you have to be pretty skilled like me to be able to execute such maneuvers. And I know a lot of you are gonna disagree with me and you're gonna be like, oh Zenko, but you're just using M1, that's not skilled or whatever. Shut up. Grow up. M1 spam is the way to go. And after what felt like thousands and thousands of M1 attacks, I finally defeated this Longma dude and I got my hands on one of the worst swords in the game, according to me. And the Tushita sword is not the only thing that I will obtain in this video. No. I was determined to get that blue gear that I really desired for some reason. And look at where we are. In the Mirage Island, once again, one of the boys got lucky and we all teleported to him. We are on the peak, currently waiting for the moon to show up, and I will grab that blue gear even if it's the last thing I do in this miserable life. So the moon responded yet again, and I was running. It was now or never, and by never, I mean I will never do this again if I don't find the blue gear. I was prepared to run for 15 minutes straight without even stopping once. I was going to go to every nook, every cranny, everywhere. And just as I thought this would take forever, I simply just found it. It was literally lying right there. I always was confused when people said it literally looks like a blue gear. I wasn't trusting enough, but it literally looked like a damn blue gear. This little thing, this blue gear, ruined my evening 2 times in a row. But all bad things come to an end, and sometimes you have good things coming over. And for me, it was finding this stupid blue gear. Now after this, it's pretty obvious what I will do. I will wait for the next moon, and I will go do the trials and finally unlock my V4 ability on the angel race. And now we are sailing a boat on top of a dragon. Yeah, this is why I like Blox Fruit, because things like this exist and things like this are freaking cool. If you don't know, this is the dragon boat glitch that helps you go to the sea further and faster. And we were using this legal maneuver to reach the Leviathan to help a couple of friends. I personally thought this is one of the coolest things in the game, and I thought this can't go wrong, like there is no way. We are a dragon and a boat combined, one being trying to find the Leviathan island. But the admins of the game must have found out what we were doing and they didn't like it. So in an instant, we were teleported into the wall of Tiki's outpost. This was weird and kind of creeping me out a little bit. I mean, come on, please, I'm not the crazy one here, am I? Just look at where we are. How in the hell did we teleport all the way to this specific location? We were mounting the dragon 1 second ago and now we are mounting Tiki's outpost. Not to mention, but the goddamn boat was sideways. And then I wondered, what was cooler, mounting the dragon or mounting the goddamn outpost? So we gave it another shot. We got the dragon again, we did the glitch once more, and we went hunting for the Leviathan. And this time around, we found the Leviathan at record time. And the owner of the dragon that helped us to do this thing was none other than our dear friend Frisk. So thank you so much, buddy. This was awesome. Now at this point, the Leviathans are getting boring. This is exactly second-hand nature to us. We are doing these things in record time. We find them in record time, and you could be with us in the next Leviathan raid. So make sure you join our Discord server if you ever need help with the Leviathan raids. Now as we grabbed the heart and on the way back to Tiki's outpost, one of our friends called Mikey was sailing the ship. Now I don't know if this is a joke or not, or he simply has blurry vision, but he was sailing straight into an icicle. But eventually we got the heart to Tiki's outpost. Another Leviathan done. While we were doing all of that, we were waiting for the full moon to show up so that we can get myself a V4 angel. And so we waited on top of the great tree, and as soon as the moon showed up, we went and did the trials. The hardest part about the trials was to get everybody to use their V3 ability at the same time. But what came after that when I entered the trials was simply insulting. I mean, look at this, I'm almost max level, and the trials is literally me jumping on some clouds in what could be the easiest obby game in all of Roblox. I was expecting to slay some angel king or whatever, but they had me just jump some clouds. But enough complaining, I guess it's good sometimes that things are easy. I finished this and I went ahead and climbed all of these stairs. And then I reached this awesome looking room with a clock in the middle, and it looked like I had to put that blue gear that I obtained in the center of that clock thingy. And when I did, some special things happened, and that's when I knew I finally got the angel race because the size of my wings grew larger. And then I asked a couple of my friends if we could do some training, and training we did. I was killing some of them, doing some damage, and taking damage myself, and then my screen had a yellow aura on the edges, and that's when I knew it was time to activate the V4 ability. And man, this thing looks awesome. It makes you look like you're the main character of the entire game. I really like this, and I like these stats that came with it. I will definitely be upgrading this in the future videos, and I will see where it takes me. But that has to wait because it's time to finish this game once and for all. The gas fruit was really nice, but I have to use the Buddha fruit if I want to complete this game in record time. And so I started to grind my mines out. But I had help from a couple of friends, and two friends that need special mentioning is Collins and Mr. Orestes. These guys stayed up hours and hours trying to help me grind all of these mobs in the last island because they weren't easy. And while I was doing that, I was also discovering some new fighting styles so that I can reach that god-human fighting style somewhere in the future. And honestly, I was a bit disappointed. Some of the fighting styles weren't as good as I thought they would be. The dark step looks nice, but it's honestly not that good. And then we had a surprise visit from a chicken called Obstructa, and he blessed your boy with the dough and celebration bomb. Thank you so much, chicken, you will be remembered. Now, as I reached level 2780, I decided to do the rest of the levels in the ocean. I was getting really bored from the leveling up in the last island, and it wasn't really that good anyways. So I went back to Tiki's outpost, but before I could go into the ocean, I decided to create a monster magnet. This was the final step that I needed to do to grab that shark anchor sword. And of course, I cannot do sea events or any sea monsters without the magma fruit. It's one of my favorite fruits, especially for sea events and sea fights, so I had to use it as the final push to reach max level. And as we were sailing and trying to find some sea beasts and terror sharks to kill for levels, Mr. Orestes showed up yet again, and this time he gifted me an actual permanent blade and some simulation data. I don't know what simulation data does, but I know that the perm blade is actually nice. So thank you so much, Orestes, you are the GOAT. And here I was only one level away from max level, and to finish it off, I had to kill this terror shark. He was the last thing between me and that sweet max level 2800. I was very excited as I was flying around and using and spamming my volcano abilities, my magma abilities, and I couldn't wait to defeat this shark to reach that max level. You don't know how much of a great deal this means to me because this literally says that I don't need to grind anymore until the next sea shows up. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Level 2800, the max level in Blox Fruits, achieved in only about 3 months, I believe, something like that. It took me a lot to go to the second sea and reach level 700 because I just wasn't motivated enough. But I could have done all of this in less than a month. But I cannot be happier because I just achieved one of the hardest things in Blox Fruits. And I didn't do this alone, most definitely. This was because of the help of all of the people in my Discord server and all of the subscribers that helped me along the way. So thank you so much. This has been a really nice ride. And to end this journey and to end this video, I had to use the Kitsune Fruit. I promised the people that I will use this as soon as I reach max level, and it's only fitting for this video if I do so. Now, this Kitsune Fruit was gifted to me by my special friend Zoro that you have seen in the previous videos, and I am going to use it. And now I'm finally a Kitsune main, and I will be hunting for the bounties in the later videos and trying to reach the max bounty if I could. This has been such an amazing journey, and I thank all of you that have watched to this point, and I see you guys in the next video.